Look at activity book, page 70, part A, number 1. Look at the given table. Vertex U to vertex V. The weight is 1. What is it means? That means from town U to town V, the distance is 1 kilometer. That's why the weight is 1. Okay, try one more. Vertex U to vertex W, the weight is 2. That means from town U to town W, for example, the distance is 2 kilometer. That's why the weight is 2. And so on. So by looking at this table, you draw a graph, a weighted and undirected graph. Okay, now you start UV. So you put a dot and label as U. That means vertex U. And then one more dot and then put V. That means vertex V. Vertex U, vertex V. And then you join by using a ruler, join U and V. So this line is called an edge. And then near this edge, you write number 1, the weight. You write number 1. That means the weight from U to V is 1, or the distance from U to V is 1 kilometer. And then try one more. UW, 2. So you already has vertex U, so you draw one more vertex, that is W, and then you join U to W. The weight is 2. From town U to town W, the distance is 2 kilometer. So you write 2. Same length, you can draw same length, even though this one the weight is 1, and then from U to W the weight is 2, but you can use same measurement, same length. UV and UW same length, never mind. But don't forget to write the weight 1 here and the weight here is 2. And then continue. VW 5. So V already you has V, already you has W. So you just join the two vertex and then you write 5. Because the weight is 5. From V to W, the distance is 5 kilometer. Also, you can use same length with same length as UV and UW. Even though the weight is 5, you can use same length of each. And then VX, same vertex V already you have vertex V. Add one more point and then put vertex X, and then you join VX and then put the weight 4. And then one more WX. W already has the X, also you already draw the vertex, and then now you join and then put the weight 3. Last one XY, also same X, and then one more Y, you add one more vertex, that is Y. X already has, you already have vertex X, so now you join X and Y and then put the weight 6. Very easy, right? Activity book, page 70, part A, number 2. You can do by yourself, same as number 1. Next, part B, same page, part B, number 1. You are given a graph. You need to draw 2 subgraphs. So focus on the given graph. Subgraph means you only focus on small part of the graph and then you redraw. So for example, this graph is big, So you focus on this area and then you redraw this area. So this area is a subgraph of the original graph. So if you want to focus on this area, so you have to follow PRQ. So you follow P and then to R and then R to Q. And then also PQ also you need to join the vertex. And then you follow, here is E5, here E4, here E6. You also have to follow E6, E5, E4. Same. Your subgraph must similar to the original graph. You cannot write here E3, here E5, here E4. What you write at your subgraph same as the original graph. Okay, this one also you focus on this area and then you draw a subgraph. Same. Okay, next activity book page 70, part B number 2. Look at the given graph. You need to draw 2 subgraphs. Okay, the graph is big. So you only focus a small part of the graph and then you draw. For example, you focus on this area and then you draw a subgraph. So you draw each VY, VW, and then you label E4. The other one is E1. So you draw here. So this is the subgraph of the original graph. And then one more graph, you focus on this area and then you draw a subgraph. So you must follow same as the original. YZ, so you also draw YZ. And then ZX, and then you also same draw ZX. And then write ES and E2, ES and E2. So this is the subgraph of the original graph. If you want to draw one more subgraph, you also can draw WX, E3. So you draw one more graph, one more subgraph, WX, and then label the each as E3. So you get one more subgraph. But because the question asks you to draw only 2 subgraphs, so enough only 2.